All right, I am off to go to my duplex right now. I haven't been there in about a week and a half, and I want to make this video something that really showcases, what I personally look for in an investment property. Now, this is the first duplex I have ever purchased. I got it about 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. We're currently in the process of doing a lot of work to it. So that's what I'm going to explain. I'm going to show you the different bids that we got, what work is actually going to be done. Again, I haven't been over there in a little while, so I don't know if they've actually started any of the work. I know they're about to, but I want to explain why it does look very scary. And when I first saw it, I was like, it looked bad. The walls are spray painted. The doors are kicked in. It looks pretty severe, but in reality, a lot of that is external. There are a few big problems, but I want to go ahead and explain what it is I was looking for, what the future plans are, and why something like that looks like a little bit more of a distressed or damaged property can actually be a great opportunity. Okay, so without further ado, it's about 15 to 18 minutes to get over there. Let's jump on the road and go check it out. And just like that, we have arrived. All right, so this is the vacant side. I had my guy put a lockbox on it because we just rekeyed everything. So, gotta punch in the code, grab the key, we'll be good. All right, let's go inside. I guess they've already started. Hello? I guess nobody's here. Well, this is both good and bad news because I don't get to show you guys as much of what was completely destroyed. But what I do have is some clips from my phone when I was first looking at the property. So in a moment, I'll kind of insert those over certain areas. But this entire wall, I think just that one and this one were green. And like not a lime green, just a very ugly dark green randomly. There was a ceiling fan up here that was kind of taken out. So what I want to do is first explain the setup of this property, get into like the numbers around it specifically, but I want to walk you step by step through each room. I'm going to show you the yard. I'm going to explain exactly what we're doing to it, how much the renovations cost, and every little thing. So let's start back here at the front door, okay? Every single door, every door handle, everything in all of the cabinets, it was just all trashed. For example, they had to repaint all this because it was just dirty. It was filthy, everything inside of it. All the frames, the baseboards, every little thing that you could imagine had some sort of problem. So even the blinds that were on this window, and every single window for that matter, had to come down and be replaced. Now, a lot of these things are very easy, okay? So I first saw this property, my real estate agent brought it to me. He's like, yo, this is one of the only duplexes that's even, oh, I guess there's a fire truck going by. He's like, hey, this is one of the only duplexes that's even available for sale. And I'd been trying to find a duplex or a triplex for quite some time. So when I saw it, I was like, hey, let's go look at it, right? I had no idea what to expect. And I walked into this place, and this is where I'll start inserting some videos. But there was like a smiley face spray painted on the wall right here. The kitchen was absolutely destroyed. Cabinets were smashed in. This, by the way, is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It does not have a garage. It's got a carport in the front. I think there's a total of 3 parking spots in the driveway per person. There's 2 sides, obviously. It's a duplex. So this is bedroom number 1 right here. We do have to redo the carpet on this room because there was a little burn hole. I don't know if they've already redone it. Oh, I think they have. Anyways, there was a little hole about this big, about the size of a quarter, in the middle in that one, okay? So again, the blinds in this room were a little bit destroyed, to say the least, but a lot of little things. So I actually haven't seen this. It's still a little wet, but okay, they locked this in place. Like for an example, this whole base frame around this cabinet, all of this, yeah, it's definitely still wet, would just straight up come out, which is terrible to see. So it really was just a lot of little things that really putting that first layer of paint on, which is good. I don't even want to touch it. This is all wet. They might have been here today, I don't know. So when I first looked at the property, there was no toilet, there was no shower setup. I had them put this in because in order to get financing on something, it technically has to be livable. So the mortgage company has to be able to say, yes, someone could live in here. And with no proper bathroom, no setup like that, it would not get approved. So I kind of worked out a deal with the previous owner. I said, look, you're gonna have to do a good chunk of these repairs. I mean, it's your property. and there's no way I'm gonna be able to get it through the mortgage company if it's not livable. So, I mean, she did the bare minimum. I mean, absolute basics. But hey, you know, it worked. So what we're doing, I'm gonna kind of read off of the list that I got. This is the official bid that I accepted from the company that's gonna be doing all of the work. I wanna explain exactly what we're doing. But first, let me actually show you the outside of this property. So this door right here that you guys see, this was a brown door that had a bunch of holes, about, I would say about foot height. If you were to just kick right there, I mean, there was like 3 holes, which was terrible to see. All of this is wet. I mean, they're probably here today, honestly. Maybe they're outside, who knows? Huh? Nope. So we do have to mow. But so the cool part about this, it's right next to a Starbucks, a 24/7 Circle K, a little taco shop, pizza place. It's in the heart of everything. Oh, hey, here's that door. Yeah, that thing was completely trashed. They'd made their own doggy door and everything. So it definitely had some problems, to say the least. But again, most of those were really not too severe. So I'm gonna kind of throw up some screenshots of the bid and everything that we're doing as I'm going through it. It's a lot of small stuff, so I'm not gonna read all of it off, but some of the bigger things include a little bit of drywall repair. Not only was there some spray paint, which can easily be solved by regular paint, but there were some holes in the wall. There was some, it didn't really look like punch holes, they're a little smaller, almost like someone stabbed it with a pencil or something. A lot of little holes, damage to it, which, you know, definitely is something that needs to be repaired. So that was one. Interior paint, as you can tell, I mean, that's a huge thing. The whole entire place, everything, every wall, every door needed to be repainted. So that was probably one of the biggest things we had to do that at least was the most important for the aesthetics. Now, I want to make it clear that everything is perfectly fine with all of the plumbing, you know, all the mechanical things inside of the property. There's a few little things we had to do to some of the electrical side of things, which again, really simple. That could include, like, you know, new light switches, like the light switch caps, all the things, or not all of them, but a good chunk of the wall outlets just needed new caps on them, new batteries in the smoke detector. That's definitely something that we had to do. There was a light fixture here. It was completely destroyed. So we're just completely removing that. They were doing some touching up on the cabinetry as well as on the countertop. So that's something that's definitely gonna help the place look a lot better. Another major thing that we had to do there, actually it's not major at all, but the blinds, that's just something where it was kind of annoying because it's on all 5 of the windows. So that's that. I'm just trying to point out all the major ones. The new door right here, it's the only new door we needed. All the other stuff, like the bedroom doors that had some spray paint on them, maybe a little bit of damage to the frame around it. Like for an example, I'm trying to give you guys as many examples as possible. Like this board around here, towards the base, it was kind of kicked apart. There was some pretty big chips. So they had to repair that or replace part of it and then paint over it to match everything. So that's one thing we did. Let's see what else. Carpet in just one of the rooms. So the smaller room, the master bedroom, is the one all the way down. It's got a little walk-in closet. Had to redo the carpet on just that one room. And then that's really all for the major repair side of things. It was just probably another 10 or 20 little things, you know, like batteries in the smoke detector and needing a new screen for the window and all the little stuff like that. So for me, I mean, even if you look at it right now, you know, they're still working on it, but I mean, everything was dirty. There was a lot of stuff missing, every little thing from opening the cabinet and it's flimsy to, you know, these bedroom closet doors were just like super squeaky and really hard to open. You know, it was a little scary. Because for me, I had never bought a duplex, and even with the properties that I had purchased, they were all basically move-in ready. I mean, there wasn't too much that I needed to do to them. So everything is realistically gonna take about 2 weeks to get done. I know it kind of looks severe, but when I first saw the property, I kept trying to keep this one thing in mind, like how much work is it actually gonna be? And again, I didn't have a lot of experience with it, but when I looked at everything, yes, the walls had a bunch of spray paint on it, which is like, ooh, well, damn, that looks, you know, a little intense. What else did the last tenant break? But, you know, it really wasn't anything that's too severe. I mean, it can be fixed, that whole proposal, and all of the work we're doing in this property is gonna cost about $4,700. So basically, the way I see it, I got a property that was discounted about $25,000 because of the damage to this one side. So it might have scared off other people. I mean, I didn't really give anyone else a chance because this property had just popped on the market. I wanted a duplex. My realtor knew that. So he saw it. He immediately said, hey, we got to go see this. And we closed on it really quickly. We did just have that current owner do a little bit of work. So it was something where I just tried to keep in mind, hey, how much work is this actually going to take? You know, how much effort and how much money are we going to have to put into this? Because the other duplex, the other side, is perfectly fine. It's actually the same exact layout. It's super, super clean. There's a couple that lives in there and they do an amazing job. I've met them. It's a super, super clean unit. I mean, they keep, you know, very good care of it, which is really awesome to see. So the thing that I was trying to think of is, hey, I'm gonna give myself about 1 year worth of positive cash flow, net profit monthly, from both sides for the repairs for this unit. So it made sense to do because roughly, and again, I haven't rented out this side, so we don't know exactly, but roughly just the monthly cash flow profit, not including equity or any other tax benefits, just the monthly profit over a year is gonna pay for what we're doing on this side. And this one should be rented out within 30 days. So it's good. You know, as soon as I bought it, I already had one tenant paying over on that side, which covers a good majority of the cost. It's something that'll be fun. I mean, I can keep you guys updated with any more stuff. I know this is not a perfect video. I mean, I'm not some YouTuber like one of my buddies, Graham, Stefan, or whatever, who's got like a mic on and stuff. But I wanted to walk around this and show you guys because unfortunately, I mean, I should have come over here way before they started any of this, but I mean, it looked disastrous. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job getting everything set up. So it's a real simple unit. I think it's about 850 to 900 square feet. Again, both of them are identical, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. There is a carport right there outside. You get 1 spot per person, and then there's like 2 there and another one. You can see where I'm parked. So yeah, one thing I really did like about this property, it's a lot of low maintenance stuff. So there's no grass in the front. You do have all these little green weeds that are coming out of the rock. So you do have to weed that. Or have someone come spray it for a few $100 like twice a year. And then for the backyard, the tenant takes care of that. So they can just mow it or they can hire someone. I personally believe, since this is probably gonna be more student housing than anything, it might be a little hard to get someone to do that, but I mean, they're required to take care of it. If they don't, they're gonna get fined. So it should be okay. I've toyed with the idea of like mulching the backyard or making it, you know, a bunch of little rocks, but it's just the extra effort and the extra cost. So it's all good. I don't know if they've put the new screens in there yet, but I think they're just getting started on a lot of stuff. You know, it's a lot of little things we have to do. You can kind of see some of the green still coming through on the wall. I don't know how good my camera is, but I mean, yeah, you can definitely see the green. I mean, it was disgusting. So they're just kind of putting on the first layer of paint, which is great. So yeah, I mean, this property, I picked it up for about $375,000. It should do pretty well. I mean, I would say after this renovation, it should be worth about 400. So I'm in at like 380. It's worth 400 monthly cash flow in total, just total revenue. Someone's here. Hey, big shout out to Matt. He came over here trying to set up some solar on the house. I used to do door-to-door solar sales, so I respect that. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, I got this place for $375. I'm in at about $380, and it should be worth about $400. Between both units, this place will bring in about $1,300 per side, which is, you know, $2,600. The mortgage every month, I believe, is $1,850. So about $700 profit a month. And the cool thing is, you know, my other properties are all being rented to families, which those are great because they're usually longer term tenants. But this, I won't really have to ever worry about vacancies. There might be people moving in and out, which is a little bit of a hassle, and there's always a slight cost with like cleaning and fixing a few little things, but it's student housing. So it's literally like half a mile from campus, you know, here at ASU in Arizona. So it is something where you'll have parents on the lease. So honestly, even if someone destroys it, which I'm sure the last owner dealt with that all the time, someone could kick down this wall, remove all the doors because they want more airflow, and it won't matter because, I mean, if their parents are on the lease, you know, and I'm not saying that every student is irresponsible, but I mean, if their parents are on the lease, there's a guarantee there, and you know, everything should be more than fine. So I'm actually really pleased with how this is coming out. I could give you guys a full update video once it's done. I mean, it'll look great. I don't think I can get into the other unit very easily to show you guys. I don't want to bother them, but they're great tenants. I did try, well, I don't want to say it like that. I am raising the rent slightly for the current tenant because they're month to month. I told them, I'm like, look, if you sign a 1-year lease, I'll let you keep your current rent, which is already a little bit low. But if they want to continue month to month, they're going to have to bump up their rent by $100 a month, which is very fair. So we'll see what they say about that. I have my property manager dealing with all of it. So I'm pretty hands off with this, but yeah, I mean, it's coming along pretty good. I'm sorry for the low energy, and like, I don't want to use my voice too much. I'm actually just getting over having the flu for the last 5 days. So it's been a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this quick little walkthrough. I mean, it's not exactly the sexiest mansion, but you know, it is hard, legitimate assets, you know, like real estate, where you can get a really cool property. And I don't think I'll ever sell this. You know, it's not a flip. It's not something I'm looking to just, you know, fix up and sell. It's something that I'll probably hold forever, for a long time. So yeah, I mean, it's real stuff. It's a real game, and there's definitely a lot to learn. You know, I'm excited getting into this and being able to put money from my other companies into real estate. So been having a lot of fun doing it. If you guys want more real estate content on the channel, definitely let me know by dropping a like down below. Make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comment section, what would you do to this unit? Give me some ideas. I would love to hear your opinions. If you have any experience with real estate or any crazy ideas of something I should do, let me know what it would be. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.